Ben McKee, West Rucker, Go Vols 24/7 here with our Around the Horn following Tennessee's 3-1 win over LSU to clinch a series win, seven straight home wins over LSU for Tennessee over the last couple of years. Fourth straight SEC series win, the first time in forever that they won't be playing in a rubber match on Sunday, which seems like a minor miracle at the rate that they've been going. And it looked a little iffy there for a minute. It looked like Tennessee was maybe going to get no hit for the first time since 1988, and Tennessee comes up with a big sixth inning. It really felt like Tennessee was going to get no hit when Christian Moore leads off the inning by hitting a ball 116 miles per hour at the left fielder for an out. You just kind of felt like it was, okay, it's one of those days. But then the baseball gods doing Tennessee a favor. Blake Burke hits an infield single that just found a hole.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you said that about Moore because I had that exact same thought. Like, when you're not having that for a hit, you're thinking, uh-oh, it's not your day. And, you know, Holman's a really good pitcher. I mean, he, even though maybe his breaking ball wasn't as sharp as it normally is, he was mixing his pitches beautifully. Tennessee just never guessed correctly on the first pitch strike in those at-bats. Like, it just seemed like they were way behind, way in front. He had them wrong-footed all night for the most part. And he's good, man. He's really, really good. That's one of the best pitchers in the country. Tennessee wanted him badly for a reason, but, you know, give a lot of credit to Drew Beam. That's a lot of traffic to navigate in a game. You know, 106 pitches is not necessarily, like, not every pitch is the same. And it seemed like LSU had base runners all game long, including a lot of leadoff hitters. That's a lot of stress, but he got them through it. They made enough plays, and they got it done.
Absolutely, and in that sixth inning, Blake hits the infield single with one out, and then Billy steps to the plate and smokes one into the left field corner, and Tennessee was in business at that point, second and third. Although Kavash Tears strikes out, I was surprised. I understand the lefty-lefty matchup, but I was surprised LSU pulled Holman because of how he was pitching and knowing that Dreiling is good against lefties. And Griffin Herring, the guy they went to, he's a very good pitcher. I understand that, but I would have rolled with Holman in that scenario, and Dreiling made him pay by taking a breaking ball, a slider over the middle of the plate and lacing it right back up the middle to give Tennessee the lead, and that was the difference in the game.
Yeah, and you talk about the decision there with Holman. I mean, the 3-2 pitch that he threw to Tears, I mean, just a stonesy pitch, man. 3-2 breaking ball like that, kind of painted at the top of the zone, just a beautiful pitch and a really big moment there. And then you go get him. It's like, have you seen the numbers with Dreiling against lefties? I mean, Tennessee's in the dugout like, yeah, bring it on. Like, this is great. Get that guy the hell off the mound. And Dreiling did what he did all year long. You know, he's been really, really good, especially against lefties. I'm telling you, he and Blake Burke, their draft stock is rising every week.
Yeah, absolutely, and that was pretty much all the offense Tennessee needed. Billy Amick did hit another home run off of that scoreboard right there. Gave Tennessee a nice insurance run. I guess it was the 8th inning when he did that, or maybe the 7th. I think it was bottom of the 8th.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was all the offense that you needed to know about, because there's literally no other offense from Tennessee outside of those couple of plays that we mentioned. You talked about Drew Beam. He was terrific. I mean, that's why Drew Beam's in the Saturday role. That's why they call him QB1.
Yeah, it was I mean, like I said earlier, it is 106 pitches, you know, for like 9 innings, a complete game. When you're kind of cruising, that's one thing. But to do it over, you know, whatever it was, 6 2/3, however long it was, with that many high-stress pitches, I mean, that's a lot to compute mentally and physically, and you're having to worry about the guys behind you every pitch, like you're in the stretch the whole time. That's not comfortable at all. And that's something that, just if I'm being honest, most underclassmen especially would not be able to do that. But that's not an underclassman. That's a guy that Tennessee trusts completely. And Vitello never even considered going to get him until the pitch count got to 106, because he's like, this is my guy. He's going to make the play. And he did. He was fantastic.
Yeah, and then Andrew Binky comes in and Nate Snead comes in, and they pick up very, very important outs. Snead pitched 2 innings. Binky got 1 batter, faced 2, walked the first guy on 4 pitches, and then comes back, and I believe it was a strikeout to get Tennessee out of a jam. Real big outs from those guys.
Matters quite a bit. I mean, Tony talked about, you know, you add to your Rolodex of ways to win games, right? And, you know, we've talked a lot about this, Ben, podcasts here on video and stories we've written. They need to lengthen that pitching staff. They need more guys that in a kind of a nut-cutting moment you feel good about going to, just to be frank about it. And I think Binky's a guy that they've kind of thought they could use in that role, but he hadn't been healthy. Well, now he's healthy, he's back, and he did great. And then I selfishly love Snead in the short relief roles. because when he's going 6-7 innings, he's got to kind of pace it a little bit. You know, when he's going in there for an inning or two, he can let that fastball, you know, freak flag fly. He can just let it go, and it's 100, 101. It's fun stuff.
Absolutely, and Tennessee will be back in action tomorrow on Sunday afternoon at 3 Eastern, trying to sweep LSU, and we will have plenty of coverage up at the site of GoVols247.com of it all. He's Wes Rucker. I'm McKee.